I've saved my progress as basedashes.ai, found inside the '07 fill stroke folder. And we're going to take this circle that appears behind the brown circle. So if you're having problems getting to it, by the way, go to the layers panel, scroll your way down, and you should see a path just above eggs right there. Why don't we call this one, I'll go ahead and rename it dashes so that we can keep track of it. Click OK, and then you can meatball that guy in order to modify it. Anyway, we're going to take this dashed outline here, and we're going to turn it into a series of white circles with black outlines. And here's how we'll do it. Go to Appearance once again. Go ahead and click on Stroke. It's already 22 points thick. That's exactly what we want. And I'm going to switch my cap to Round Cap so that I'm adding rounded ends to each one of my dashes. Now, to turn those rounded ends into exact circles, because bear in mind, here's what you've got. You've got a half circle on one side of the dash and another half circle on the other side of the dash. So if you get rid of the dash, then you've got a full circle. And you do that by changing this dash value, which is too darn small, so you can't see the entire value right there. But I want you to change it to 0. Like so, and then press the Tab key, and now you have a series of perfect circles. Now I'm going to turn on this option right there, align dashes to corners and path ends, adjusting lengths to fit. So I'll go ahead and click on that. As I say, that's selected by default. And I'm going to change this gap value to 28. And that turns out to work out pretty nicely. I'll go ahead and zoom out here. And you can see that at this point, we have a series of 4 circles in between each one of the spikes in the 8-pointed stars. And that's exactly what we want. So we have 32 visible circles, just as we did with the eggs group, which you may recall we turned off in the previous exercise. All right, how do we turn these circles white with black outlines? Why, we add another stroke. And I suggest you add that stroke by grabbing the present one and dropping it onto the little page icon down here at the bottom of the Appearance panel. And now we have 2 strokes, one on top of the other, and I'm going to change this stroke to white this time around. And I'm going to reduce the line weight. We're not going to change any of the other settings, by the way. Go to the stroke panel. We're going to leave dash line turn on. We're going to leave this new align dashes option turned on as well. We're going to leave dash set to 0, gap set to 28, and cap set to round cap. The only thing that we're going to change is the weight value. And I want each one of these circles to be surrounded by a 1-point black outline, which means because I need that point to go all the way around, I want to reduce the size of the white stroke 2 points from 22 to 20. And then I'll press the Tab key and you can see the difference right there. So in other words, we have a 20-point circle sitting inside of a 22-point circle. So the 22-point circle extends 1 point all the way around. All right, I'll go ahead and close that stroke panel. And now you have a very flexible solution because you could sit here and modify the quantity of these circles and the spacing and so on the fly just by changing these 2 stroke values here inside the Appearance panel. In the next exercise, I'm going to demonstrate the new arrowhead options.